Alright, for this video I am going to show you how to do an ambient occlusion AO map. Shadow baking, it's called all kinds of different things. So we've already taken a simple cube, unwrapped it. If you didn't see the last video, you might want to go back to that and watch it, or if you don't know how to unwrap. So now that this is unwrapped, we want to bake it. So the first thing we need to do is make it so that this is a texture that it can bake to. So we're going to go down in this window over here and go to New, and I am going to name it Cube. I don't like to have the background be invisible. I like a solid background, so I'm going to uncheck Alpha. I like my background black. Some people put theirs white, but I like the contrast, so I leave it that. If you want to change it, you can. And I click OK. And now I'm going to scroll out to get this back. So now I'm going to have a black background. This part is important because it won't bake until you do this. Now you want to go over here to this little world and click it. You want to check this ambient occlusion, multiply. Now down here under samples, you want to, I usually put mine between 25 and 40. The less amount of samples, basically the rougher your image will look in the end. So if it's something that has a lot of shadows and you really want it to be smooth, you'll want to bring that up, but that means it's going to take longer to bake. So I'm going to do 35 for this one. It's a cube, it shouldn't take that long to bake. I'm going to go over here to the camera, which is a very technical term for the render button. Click the camera. Now I do this my way, and it may not be the best way, but it's what way it always works for me, so that's what I'm going to show you. I do color depth at 16, which, and then this is black and white anyway, so I'm not sure why I do that. I click this bake button, not this one, just to open the menu. I go here, ambient occlusion, normalized, and then down here this is the margin. So this is going to be how many pixels around this are going to fill in. And you always want some, but I don't like to do a lot. So I usually do mine between 4 and 2. So let's do 4. We know that we made, well, at least with this, I did the Smart UV project, and I know there's 10 pixels, a 10 pixel island. So I have that to use. Okay, so I'm going to go bake. And you'll see up here that it's baking. And it'll tell you when it's done. Sometimes while it's baking, I like to go to object mode just so I can watch it better. It won't matter if you switch to object mode while you do it. So this just takes a few minutes. And in the meantime, I'll just ramble a little bit. I don't know what I'll talk about, but actually I'm going to pause it till it's done. Alright, so as you can see, let me move this out of the way. Okay, as you can see, this is all done now, and it's ready to save. So we go to Image, and you can go Save Image As, and you can just put it anywhere on your computer, and then you'll hit Save Image. I'm just going to cancel it because I don't need to save this. And so then you will have your AO map, your shadow map. If you want to save it as a UV map, that's really easy to do too. You just go over here, you make sure everything's selected, and you can go over here and hit A2 and make sure everything's selected. Go to UVs, export UV layout, and it's the same thing. You'll just name it and hit export. Put it in the file that you want to put it in. And there you'll have your UV map and your AO map. This gets more difficult when you're unwrapping something that's really complicated and you want the shadows and you have to move the lighting and stuff, but I'll show you all that later. Right now this is just so you can see the basics.